One of London's newest LGS has already built a thriving community for flesh and blood. Let's check out P9 Card Shop. Hi, I'm ScowlingFleshBag. Welcome to my video series where I'm going to be covering everything a Flesh and Blood player needs to know about the London scene. I'm going to cover the shops, the players, the venue for the Pro Tour, anything in and around London and anything a Flesh and Blood player coming to London would need to know. Today we're starting with a small but thriving shop, P9 Card Shop. Let's take a look and dive into it right now. Shop is located on Roman Road in East London. The nearest tube station is Bow, served by District and Hammersmith and City lines, a 15-minute walk to the shop. For an even closer drop-off, take buses 8 or 339 to Ford Road, just 2 minutes from the shop. Now that you know how to get there, let's take a look inside and see what P9 has to offer. Opened in mid-2024, P9 is a cozy 2-floor shop, retail space on the ground floor and an underground play area. Despite its size, the store stocks a wide variety of TCGs like Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! And of course Flesh and Blood. It also carries Warhammer miniatures and D&D products, but there's a clear focus on TCGs. Fab fans will be happy to find multiple booster sets, packs and boxes, Blitz decks and Armory decks readily available. Need a snack? P9 also sells drinks and small bites to keep you fueled during long game nights. Beyond Fab, the shop hosts events for other TCGs regularly, with Pokemon currently leading in attendance. I'm certain Fab will one day soon overtake them. Adam, one of the staff and the shop's tournament organizer, is the driving force behind P9's growing Fab community. P9 took over London's Wednesday night Armory slot when a nearby shop closed, keeping the tradition alive for local players. Registration opens at 6 PM, with the first rounds starting at 7 PM. The format is always classic constructed. New to the game? Don't worry, loaner decks are available to help you get started, removing a barrier for entry that classic constructed can pose for new players. Entry is £4, which includes a booster pack of your choice. You'll find a mix of experienced and newer players here, creating a welcoming environment for everyone. For more details, check the shop's website or the event finder on fabtcg.com. Links are in the description. P9 also has an active Discord community where you can connect with local players, link also in the description. Here's what Adam, the tournament organizer, had to say when I asked them a few questions. You work at P9 and you're also the tournament organizer for Flesh and Blood. So how did you get to Flesh and Blood? What's your history?
Well, I've played practically every TCG under the sun. I won't name names, of course, because we're here to talk about the actual best TCG under the sun. But I remembered back when I worked at a nerd store that was still able to sell Flesh and Blood before the dog days. And a friend that got me into every TCG under the sun just pushed me on it, gave me the Prism Blitz decks. I got destroyed. But something really captured my attention. The pandemic was in the way, but then when I came back to it, that same friend dragged me all the way out to the coast for the Heavy Hitters pre-release. Just the magic and the electricity in that room reminded me of all of the wonderful experiences of a good card game that I'd missed through those years of isolation, and just the quality of the gameplay, the quality of the community, the intense mental gymnastics you have to do to play this game well. It just gripped me, and I've been obsessed with it nearly the entire year.
And then you started working here at P9, and what was the reason that you wanted to get the game established here?
Well, I saw that the overall community of where Flesh and Blood played in London could always do with a few more places. I frequented all of the big armories here in the city, but having another one right here would have been just generally beneficial and a good excuse for me to get my favorite TCG into my store where I'm working. We also unfortunately lost one of those venues that hosted armories and other big special events like skirmishes. So to be able to fill that void in this part of the city was very sorely needed. Again, just to get good gaming out to the people, that's my personal mission, that's Flesh and Blood's personal mission, so it just seemed like a natural fit.
P9 is quite new. I think the shop opened up mid-2024, so earlier this year. And despite that, you guys have built one of the biggest armories in the city. In your own words, what do you think is the secret sauce for making that happen?
I think there's a huge barrier to entry for any kind of card game. Card gaming, as you've said on your platform, is a luxury hobby. These cards are not cheap. To play well, you require like a good collection. Therefore, I want to give people the best on-ramp as possible with my own quite large collection. I break my back bringing multiple decks on loan every single week so that people who are new can come in, pick up a deck, get shown the ropes, start playing right away. I've found that for everyone who's come to the Armory level and used the stuff that I've been able to loan out, they have been coming back. They've been repeat customers, eager players, and I've got the highlight stories of so many people that came in with the Iro decks that I sat down and TO'd for them that have gone on to down all kinds of cash to get the full legendaries. They're going to be following you and I to Prague very soon. Everything is all coming together just to try and make sure that everyone has the easiest transition into this game.
And what are the future plans for Flesh and Blood at P9? Where do you see this going?
I think at the moment we're still too new a store to get any of those level 2 events, which breaks my heart. I have been on every email chain I possibly can to try and get us skirmishes, get us RTNs. We're still falling a little short from the stores that have been there and established their player bases, but I want to ensure, especially with the Pro Tour coming to London, that P9 is a very real place to play Flesh and Blood in London. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but the chatter of our fully stocked Armory downstairs has me very excited. I just want us to be able to roll and show that we can fill out our spaces for the level 2 events and sell out our pre-releases just like we did with Rosetta. Our Hunted tickets are flying off the shelves. If you're in the London area, do come down on Sunday 26th. Just to continue to grow the game as well as it can be.
Somebody coming to London for the Pro Tour or maybe just playing Flesh and Blood and visiting the city, what would you say to them? Why should they come to the shop to play the game?
We, as a city, have very easily coordinated so that our Flesh and Blood events never clash. If you want to play Flesh and Blood on Wednesday, P9 is the place to do it. We also have a really good spectrum of players. We've got people that have been in the game for years that take the game uber seriously. We've got people that are still on the newer end, just borrowing decks, jamming games, having a good time. We've got everything in between, so if you want just a good, varied cross-section of what the Flesh and Blood community really looks like, P9 is definitely the place to do it.
I couldn't agree more. And just as a final question, anything else you want to add about the shop, the scene here, anything else you think is important to say?
For anyone who jams any other kinds of games, P9's definitely got a good selection of stuff for yourself. Many other TCGs in store, RPG sourcebooks and miniatures for your tactical minis games. We've got a very lively and very cozy play space for you to jam games as well as whatever the main event of the night is. We host different kinds of games every day of the week, so you'll always find something to do right here in the store. And again, you're here for Flesh and Blood. We are very on track to have a very large, very regular, loyal community for our Wednesday Armories, and we're looking forward to seeing you there.
If you're coming to London for the Pro Tour or any other reason, P9 is the nearest Armory to the venue and absolutely worth a visit. With a welcoming community, great events and well-stocked shelves, it is a fantastic stop for any Fab fan. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about P9, leave a comment below, and if you liked the video, like and subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a lot more content about London scene and the next videos will be following soon. And hopefully I'll see you at P9 card shop soon, maybe even for the next Armory.